we will still succeed in arresting him. And why do I say that? It's because that there have been many cases in the past where it has taken long for fugitives to be arrested. And indeed, sometimes it doesn't work out in the end. But even though it is frustrating, especially for the victims, but also for us working at the Office of the Prosecutor, that it is taking so long, this is not the time to give up hope at all. Our hope is that this decision reinvigorates efforts that have been going on and may lend to new efforts added motivation. Now, I cannot share details with you about who our partners are, what information we are sharing amongst each other. It is too sensitive and too risky to share this type of information in the public domain, because I'm sure you understand that we do not just work with information that comes from publicly available sources. So we have to be very careful about the risks involved in exposing information, the risks involved to those who we are working with. So why is it so difficult to arrest Mr. Kony? Look, if you look at the history of Mr. Kony's conduct in northern Uganda, and after 2005, the progression, the development of the LRA, his movements that are publicly known already, you can deduce from that he has moved and is likely still moving in difficult territories that are not always members of the statute, meaning state parties that we are more easily able to cooperate with than others. So that already gives you an indication of why it is difficult to secure his arrest. The second major impediment is that the ICC itself does not have a police force or a military force. So we are dependent on partners to assist us in arresting and surrendering fugitives. And in this sense, Mr. Kony is not the only one that is on our list of wanted fugitives and has been on our list for many, many years. So in that sense, he is a particularly frustrating case, but unfortunately, he is not the only one. It comes down to cooperation with the court. And the more cooperation there is, the higher the likelihood that he will be arrested. So I will leave it at that for now and have Dahiru address the other questions. Is that okay with you, Dahiru?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Just to paint on that as a judicial entity, what if he is not arrested? What if he's never surrender, you said, and what is the outcome for victims? If he is never, if he never surrenders, it means we will still be looking for him until such a time that there is no longer reason to arrest him. But definitely, in the event he was to die, or whether if he is deceased, it means that the proceedings at the court would be terminated, just as was the case for Rascal Ukuya, Okoto Diambo, and Vincent Oti. And the resulting consequence of that is that there would be no reparation provided to the victims. So when you're asking whether there would be any form of rehabilitation plan, what I can say is that there has been rehabilitation activities conducted by the trust funds for at least 15 years now in Uganda, because they did not wait for a conviction to take place in the situation before taking a step to provide some sort of assistance to victims in the whole area of northern Uganda. And they have done that to at least 85,000 victims who were in need of such assistance. So I think the question as regards the work that the trust fund has done, whether they have been able to collect money and whether Uganda is contributing, I think I'll leave it to Maria, because Maria has been very much involved in that process, which is basically run by the Trust Fund for Victims together with the outreach unit in Uganda.